919 Truth Sports. Ride with me.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Cool and cool. You know what it is. Just chilling, bro.
Good, good. Introduce you to my audience, even though they already know you. This is Javon Antonio, the ex-Colorado Buff wide receiver. Um, and just to get right to it, Antonio, I do a little segment on my channel. My channel is still growing, but one of my biggest segments is when I do updates on ex-Colorado Buffs. I give updates on them to try to find them, locate them, see how they're doing. And your name came up in the comments. And so luckily I reached out to you, you answered back, and so here we are. So I really, really appreciate you very much so. First, before we get into you, I'm gonna ask you the easiest question. How do you feel about the game last night?
Uh, it was a hard one to watch, to be honest, bro. I seen like a lot of, a little bit of frustration going on. So it's just things that I wish we had another game to just like, what I'm saying, keep going or whatever. But everything come to an end. But on a good note, they ended on a good season, better than what we ended off. So I was proud of that. So I just, it was tough to watch. Just know that.
Yeah, it was tough for me to watch Charles pulling for him.
Yeah.
All right, so we get into you because this is what this is about. So I looked, I did some research on you. So you started at Northwestern State, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you're from LA. You went to Northwestern State. So tell me the amount of attention that you got out of high school as far as recruitment is concerned. How did you end up at Northwestern State?
I'm actually from Louisiana. So what
Okay.
happened was I had out of high school, I had like a lot of attention coming out of high school, but I had to take the JUCO route as you can see. I took the JUCO route. Then at the JUCO, I had a couple offers or whatever. I had some coming in December. I had a hiccup with that, the one because I was supposed to graduate in December,
All
so I
right.
didn't want to graduate. So I had to go wait till the next semester or whatever to graduate. So some of
All
those
right.
bigger offers I lost or whatever because I didn't come in the spring season. So I had some smaller offers come in. I was like, some was out of state, some was in state. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay in state and see how that feels. So I went to Northwestern and did what I did over there, and it was just like a big opportunity for me to go like to the next level or whatever. So just thinking going to a D1 school is my primary, reason just going to another school really and just figuring out how we're gonna move from there.
Right. I understand. I went JUCO too, by the way. So I looked that school up. They're actually Division 1 now. Did you know that?
Yeah, 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 for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, while you were there, you actually did pretty good. You in those 2 years, you had 95 receptions for over 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. So you did very good. So when you transferred, what led you to Colorado? How did y'all come across each other?
Uh, it was I was in Boston. I was in Boston at the time. I was on a visit in Boston College. So I
Okay.
got a text. I got a DM from my receiver coach, Coach Bartoloni. He was asking like, "You want to come to Colorado?" I was like, "Sure," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, we're going to take a visit, but he's like, "You want to come and like play, like as in like now, like commit now." So like, he was like, "You just come up on a visit." So I was like, "When?" He's like, "Tomorrow." I'm like, I'm in Boston now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I get back home. I'm get back home for a day, and I left the next day. Went over there, went up there, went over with my mom and my stepdad, and I liked it, bro. Like. Coach Prime talked to Coach Prime, and he was letting me know like I see dog in you stuff like that. So all I play is dogs. So my opportunity there was like, man, look, I'm gonna do what I gotta do here and go to the league or whatever stuff like that. But everything just ain't take off as I wanted to because like I dealt with injuries or whatever right before the season even started. The first game, nobody knows this, but the first game of the season was that Saturday. I got hurt on like Tuesday or Wednesday at practice.
Mm.
And Coach Prime came in the like she was on no drop balls or whatever. So I was taking that to like, I ain't about to drop no ball. We just going, this is about to be a perfect practice for 3, 4 days. So we was only practicing what 3 days of the week and no shoulder pass for Thursday and Friday, just resting basically. So I took it
Right.
personally for no drop ball. So she threw me a pass, like he was trying to protect me from the line, but I had a slant route. He was trying to protect me from the linebacker and the safety that was coming down. So he kind of threw it low. And I dived for the ball and I caught it, but I landed on my shoulder. See,
Mm.
yeah, so nobody ever know what happened with me in Colorado and stuff like that. But this is the time to bring it out or whatever. So, but it's like I was dealing with an injury the whole season. Had to get, stuff done on my shoulder every game. Had to make sure I got treatment every day. It's just hard for me just to deal with that at the time. Was I was only like probably like I was 40%. I couldn't get my shoulder couldn't get hit too hard in the game. Like sometimes if people notice I was kind of getting hit in the shoulder, I'll kind of probably come out a few times because I was trying to let my shoulder relax or whatever because the pain that I was going through or whatever, it was kind of tough or whatever. So then, I found out after the season what was really going on with my shoulder. It had like a variety of things that was going on with my shoulder with me not even knowing. So that's basically, what was going on that season for me. And but before the season started, Coach Prime knew I was one of those guys. 'Cause how I was playing and like during practice and camp and stuff like that. I was doing what I had to do. Let's just say that, and that's how I became like in the starting lineup, becoming for TCU and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna get to that type of question later because I was gonna ask you why were you in and out of the lineup because I became a fan of yours, so I'm looking for you.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, you're good. Yep.
So when you first met Coach Prime, what was your very first impressions of him? Because we know he's a famous athlete. You know, I grew up watching him as well. What was your very first impressions as a young man? You know, meeting Coach Prime.
Oh man, it was just a great opportunity just standing in front of his face and talking to him and just he was sizing me up when I first got there. He was like he like I would have jammed you up or something like that. I said, nah,
Right,
you know, he played like that with all the receivers or whatever. But I
right,
was
right.
like, it was a good opportunity for me, man. It was a blessing just coming there and playing for Colorado with Coach Prime. And he's like, he looked at me as one of the key players as well, too. Like he was
Yeah,
kind of looked after me, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first got there was sometimes I wasn't in. And he's like, why is Ford not in? You know what I'm saying?
right.
Stuff like that. So he was one of the coaches that really believed in me. He wanted to, you might not see it every time, but he was one of the coaches that actually believed in me, had him, you know what I'm saying, private talks or whatever to in his office and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it was real, a real cool experience, man. So I love him like he was like, you know what I'm saying, one of my own, you know what I'm saying, secondary dads and stuff like that. So he's a
great.
real good guy. People just look at him like he's famous, but he'll get to that point where he love you too, you know.
Yeah, good. Cool. I like that. So let me ask you this: as far as working out, you know, you get into practice. Did the altitude affect you at all? Because I know that's a big deal when you first come to Colorado. How did you deal with that as an athlete coming from the West Coast?
Uh, so how we dealt with it, Coach Prime, I already knew like I was a big receiver, so he felt like I could have been coming out of shape with dealing with the altitude. So he
Right.
told already one of the guys that he knew from my city to make sure I was in shape when I come down for camp or whatever. So he hooked me up with one of these guys down there. And I was running track basically the whole time. I was doing some route stuff here and there, but I was on the track most of the time before I even got to
Mm,
Colorado. So I
smart.
came up there. I was in good shape when I came up there.
Smart. They're smart. Very smart. So we're gonna keep going, but I want to go back real quick. So you saying you was on a visit to Boston College?
Yes.
So you would have been in the ACC.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm from the state of North Carolina, so the ACC is big to us, you know. So
Hmm.
that would have been cool. You couldn't have went wrong going there either. They have a very good
Right.
educational system, so you would have done well at Boston College as well. But I'm glad you went where you went.
No, for
Um,
sure.
how did you deal with the national attention and the national media attention that you all were getting in Colorado, in house and in that house?
He made it to the point where like we seeing celebrities every day and cameras him in our face every single day and just basically it made it feel normal, I want to say. So people just be like,
Okay,
how you deal with all that type of stuff?
okay,
He goes about it. So you're gonna see it every day. Like every day walking in from the morning time it's cameras, practices cameras, after it's cameras, meetings, cameras. So it's like we got so used to it, but like the third week of camp, we was used to it. We seen celebrities coming to the games, stuff like that. We treated
right.
them like regular people because they are regular people at the end of the day, but it's
That's right.
got status for their name. So it's just that's how we treated them. Treated like they came and talked to us, you know what I'm saying, hanged out, stuff like that. Like I even made a good like you know what I'm saying mentor, like T.O. That's my guy. Like we locked in for
Oh,
life, you know.
really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, man.
Okay.
T.O.
That's good. I love that. I love that. So how was it working with Travis and Shador? How was that? You know, because those two guys are very good. How was that working with those guys?
Travis a real cool guy, bro. Like he just how he look, just how he is. Like he genuine, bro. Like he'll give you he'll give you shoes off his feet if you need them. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
The
right,
door, the door cool. He laid back. Just what you see. He's just a guy that's laid back and just like to chill and vibe all day. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
they're very two intelligent football players at the same time. Like they know the game of football. Like their level of like knowledge to football is over the top. Like I
right,
never seen a quarterback like Shador. I never played with a quarterback with Shador until I got there. So he
right,
was different, man. And just I mean, seeing some things that Travis did, he earned the Heisman for sure. Like it was written all over him just for him because he earned it. Nobody is playing both sides of the ball in college football
right,
today and doing and making
right,
spectacular plays on both sides of the ball. Nobody's doing that. So
right.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him and Shador as well. So I'm looking at him to be top five in the draft. So and I know he's gonna go top five, top really top four. I want to see. So basically, yeah. But
Yeah,
those guys are real different, man.
you're media trained because you just took my next question. My next question was, you know, did you see did you see Travis becoming an Heisman Trophy winner? You know, while working with him, could you see that in his
Yeah.
future at that time?
It was already written. I want to say
I hear you.
if the year before that, the year before this year they just finished playing, if they didn't, we didn't have such a like a you know what I'm saying bad season or whatever.
Right.
He probably would have won it last year. To be honest with you, if we kept going and the hype kept getting up there, he probably would have won it last year as well. It's just that We just got we was in so many tough games last year. I want to say because we only game we got dog whoop was Oregon, so everybody
Yeah.
else it was a close game no matter what. So they didn't like everybody just walked us down. You know what I'm saying? Or put a mop on us or whatever. It just came out to victory.
Yeah, and you know, of course, we were pulling for you all, and you're. I don't want to say you had to say I'm different because I play ball too. I don't think you all had a bad first season. You went from one win to getting a whole new roster to 4 wins. That's not bad to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Right,
still
right.
give you all credit for that season. You talked about the Oregon game. Then the Oregon game, you did have 3 catches for 42 yards. You was actually the second leading receiver. Okay,
Yeah.
your best game was Arizona State, and the win, of course, you had 5 catches for 81 yards and 1 touchdowns. And of course, everybody, was really on you then. My
Yeah.
question, you kind of answered this before. Um, why were you in and out of the lineup? Because what I did when I researched you, I went through every game looking for your stats, and you were in and out, but we never knew why. So now I guess you can officially tell us why were you in and out of this, as far as stats are concerned.
Just injuries, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? At practice, I was wearing a yellow jersey, so people knew I was injured. Just some people just didn't know what actually was going on. Then
Right.
that game for Arizona, I didn't play to the fourth quarter. I was dealing with a position change at the time. They
You were
moved
balling
me.
though, man.
Yeah,
You look good.
yeah. I didn't get into the fourth quarter. They moved me to tight end that week or whatever, and basically I was just waiting to get in first quarter, and get in second quarter is just waiting. Third halftime, I got a little frustrated. I'm on the
Right.
sideline saying, "Man, look, just put me in, just put me in." I'm just
Right.
they looking around or whatever. I see Coach Prime looking back at me. So
Right.
then the fourth quarter came. I had some of the guys had a couple drops or whatever. So I'm like, "Man, just put me in." So they finally heard me, and I just heard that get ready call. So
Okay.
I know it was go time, and I was playing with like a couple like frustration. Not that I know they didn't believe in me, but it was somebody else's opportunity that I didn't like, what I'm saying, stand up to because the game before it was miscommunication with when we played against USC. It was
Right.
miscommunication like twice or whatever. I guess they thought I was getting in my head, which I wasn't. But next game, I just took it like, man, look, if I get in the game, I'm gonna make up for what I did last week, and I got in and did what I had to do. And
Right.
plus, I was planning on going at tight end that week as well. So I was like, am I going to go at tight end receiver? I just want to get in. It
Okay.
didn't even matter. So I told two like, man, let's just tell them put me in. We can win the game. That's what
Right.
happened. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Respect. Respect. Now I'm gonna get to the mental side. After those 3 wins, after y'all beat TCU, then y'all got those 3 wins and got ranked. What do you think was the reason for that drop off after that, from a player's perspective?
As he talking about the L's or like just the dropping down out of the
Yeah, the L's, not because y'all played close games, but the losses. What do you think that drop off came?
um. I think to be honest, it was just sometimes we want to be on the right page. Like sometimes I want to say we played against UCLA.
Right.
I could have scored, or Mike could have scored, one of us, but it was a miscommunication from the quarterback and receiver. So it's just like missed opportunities, really. You know what I'm saying? That we could have been
Right.
up top on, like, I think it would have been 10-0, something like that in the first quarter, something like that. I remember. But yeah, it just missed opportunities sometimes, but we still fall back and play hard at the same time. Like, I go to war with those guys any day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That same team. I just felt like we didn't finish hard enough. Like Coach Palmer always say, you got to finish, you got to finish, you got to finish. We didn't finish hard enough. That's all it was. I mean, we fought every game though. Like I said, we never got dog whipped except for Oregon. Oregon was the only
Right.
game we really still
I
could get
agree.
Oregon whipping. But look
I
where they
agree.
ended up at the same time.
Oh yeah, that Oregon was a good team. I didn't look down on that loss. I mean, some teams are just they hitting their stride and they're very
Yeah,
good. Oregon was very good, so
yeah,
I didn't look down on that at all. Because you all you was in every game that you played.
exactly.
So that was good to see. As far as consistency, with the offensive line, and I'm not here to do anything negative. I don't roll like
All right,
that.
right. It's all good.
But how much did the offensive line you think affect your performance? Because you need time to get out, run your routes and catch the ball. So how did that affect you?
It was not throwing no hands, nothing like that. But it was a big missed opportunity for me because I'm a big receiver. So like my
Right,
catches are more like down the field or like slant routes or whatever. But I like if you look at my previous highlights, most of my catches was down the field. So by
right,
me and two not having that type of time together, uh, it just threw everything off basically. Like all my deep routes, he couldn't get to it. Like especially UCLA game, he got sacked a previous amount of time or whatever, but he couldn't get the ball off. So
right.
we was dealing with that. I'm not like one of the crazy fast receivers like Jimmy Horn that could get down there all the way that fast, but I got speed that I could get there or whatever. But it's the fact that he couldn't get the ball off most of the time that kind of messed with me. Like like and like you know what I'm saying, just going on to like further out my career kind of mess with me because I you know so the opportunities I should have had, I could have had, just didn't happen or whatever. But it's not their fault. It's like it was our first year together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was
Right,
learning each other, stuff like that. So I don't fault anybody. It just happened. God just got everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a longer route.
right.
That's all it is.
Right, and I'm glad you said it because people like me, fans on the outside looking at the games, we're wondering why you're not getting the ball. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because you are very productive, and to be in and out of the lineup and have people like myself and other fans, becoming fans of you says a lot about you and your talents. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
saw who you could be, and when you had the opportunity. Now I was looking at your stats, and this shows only from 2020 to 2023. Why is that?
I missed a year. I played COVID year, and after COVID year, I missed a year.
Okay, I
I
didn't know
came
that.
back and came and played 2020. I played COVID, a little COVID season. Then I came back. They had a season after the spring. I missed that season in August. Then I came back and played it that following year. So that's what
Okay.
happened. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I appreciate you explaining
So
that.
yeah, everybody thought I had an extra year at Colorado or whatever. I
Yeah,
was like,
that's what
nah.
we got into an
Everybody,
argument about.
yeah, everybody thought I had an extra year. Trust me. I thought about medical red shirt, and coming back to Colorado, like the after I want to say after the Oregon game, like at the Oregon game or a game later, I think it was let me see, one, two. Yeah, I thought about red shirt and probably like Arizona game, something like that. I thought about red shirt to be honest.
Okay.
But I didn't. I was just like, man, I'm just gonna put it all in God's hand, whatever. And yeah, I'm here today, but it's still progress still going forward. It's not
Yeah,
gonna stop.
and I respect that. But you got fans like myself. I would have loved to see you play another year. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because I'm just a fan. It is what it is. But thank you for explaining that.
no, it's
Now
all good.
at CU, you had 17. You finished your career with 17 catches, 209 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns, which is pretty good with the amount of catches that you had. For your career, you had 112 receptions, over 1,400 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Did you know all that about yourself?
No, I just I really don't. I don't really pay attention to it. It's like I really don't listen to the media sometimes. I just
Right.
just go about my day, really. That's how I just look at everything.
Right, right, right. Okay, well, man, you had a pretty good career, and
Yeah.
let me ask you this, because we got into arguments within the comment section about you. For one, we couldn't figure out what happened in one particular year. You just explained that. Did you graduate from CU from Colorado?
No, I actually graduated from Northwestern State. I graduated, not transferred as a graduate student to Colorado.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, the main question, did you go into the draft? That's another thing we got into it in the comment section about. They said I read that you reported that you were going into the draft. What happened with that process?
Yeah, I entered the draft. The process was, I want to say, people are still looking at injuries or whatever or whatnot, and
All right,
some people asked and they weren't told basically what was going on, I want to say. But I
right,
still went to a couple teams, like I went to the Saints for like not mini camp, but the workouts, whatever, Saints and the Broncos. I felt
okay,
I did pretty good, but one team they were asking about me putting away that tight end. I was like, I could do whatever, just get me in the door,
all
basically,
right,
But twist turns came around. I had one opportunity, but it didn't fall through, So basically, push come to shove, I got a new agent or whatever, so it's it's
okay,
it's going good right now.
good. So you're keeping yourself in shape,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and it has your body totally healed.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing about it. Like I'm totally happy about it. Like it's gonna be a person y'all probably never even seen before. Like Colorado
Good,
is some like y'all was probably spurts y'all seen, but y'all haven't seen like the real like dog in me or whatever. Because like no, Weston is that's what y'all supposed to see at Colorado, which is injuries
right,
happen or whatever. But I'm back up on my feet and I'm back to what I was doing. So it's basically
right,
I'm happy to get back on the field. So I just can't wait, man. Because people I hear the media, but I don't respond to it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I was telling you, like, but they're gonna see a different animal this year.
Yeah, and
Some of
just
them.
know that you keep doing what you're doing, keep working out, keep going hard because you do have fans.
Yeah, yeah,
Understand
yeah.
that you do have fans, and we're pulling for you. So we went through your career. I want to ask you some things about the portal. Then I go ahead and let you go about your day. Um, as far as you going into the portal, all right? Because I asked this on my channel a lot. Was it where I think I know your answer, but I want to ask it. Was it worth you going into the portal?
Most definitely, man. I was one of the guys that I always like. got looked over. You know what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
throughout my career, I was one of the guys that I always got looked over. So by me, just it was a hard thought decision because my previous coach at Northwestern, he loved me, man. Coach Laird,
Right.
he always believed in me, bro. Like one year that I set out, he kept me on scholarship. I didn't even play a down in football. So
Wow.
yeah, I kept me on full scholarship. Let me do what I had to do and get back on my feet. And it was hard for me to leave, though. I'm not even gonna lie, because everybody was like, "Man, they losing, bro. You need to go to a winning team." I'm like, "Bro, what if I go to another team and we don't win?" So
Right. That's right.
but yeah, I think me jumping in the portal was probably it was good that I got attention from it and stuff like that. Now people know who I am or what I'm about and stuff like that. But I just
Right.
didn't get to show it. But me jumping in the portal was probably I won't say it was the best thing, but I learned from everything I do. So yeah,
Right.
but I wouldn't take it back though. I was still to this day like because I know if I didn't get injured or whatever, everything would have planned out different. I know that
Oh
for a
yeah.
fact.
I believe
But
that.
as I said, I don't. Everybody say you should have went to Colorado. You should have went there. I don't say that. Like I let them say what they want to say. I don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Tend to what they're saying. I just listen to it. Like, okay, that's what you think. But I know what I was doing in the you know what I'm saying in camp when the camp came around. I know what I was doing.
Right.
Knowing I had to do dog and cornerbacks or whatever. So I was a big receiver playing like a big receiver. So I
Right.
had a guy, a Hall of Famer, teaching me better things. That, you know what I'm saying? What I was doing, but using my game, putting this together as a whole. Now I had T.O. on my side helping me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's
That's what I'm
right.
saying. Like I had T.O. help me out. I wasn't gonna get that at that last school. I wasn't gonna get a mentor like that at the last school. I was going. It wasn't happening. So by me coming there and being in front of Coach Prime and showing what I could do, he put guys like that in front of me to help me out with my game. So I don't knock anything from going into the portal. I'm actually happy I went there. To be honest, I'm not
Okay.
mad at all. It just didn't happen as everything played like I wanted to play out. But everything happens for a reason, like I always say. So
That's right.
I'm proud of myself that I still made that big jump and going over there. I'm proud of like every coach that believed in me there. Like it was some coaches that, you know what I'm saying, nah, but Coach Prime was one of the coaches that he knew what I could do because he sat there and watched. He knows the game of football.
Right. That's right. That's right. So let me ask you this as a player: how does the portal? I'm only asking portal questions. That's a big
Yes,
deal
sir.
now. How does the portal actually hurt players as well?
Um, some players jump into the portal just because it might be for money, it might be for just experience. I don't really know, but I just want to say that it could hurt them in the long run by them leaving a school that
Yep.
intended was really good for them. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like
Well
I
said.
left because I needed more. I was doing good and I needed more exposure to get to the league. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the reason. And I was a team coming from what my last year we won like 3 games. It was continuous games that we lost in previous seasons like that. We didn't like my first year there. We only won 1 game. So it's like okay how the league gonna find me or whatever stuff like that. But they still
Right.
came, you know what I'm saying, came around and checked on me and stuff like that. I had a couple teams coming, the Jets, Salta, had like 6 teams total that came after that year or whatever the
Okay.
COVID season. But it was just right for me to leave. I felt to go, you know what I'm saying, do what I always wanted. Always wanted to be on a bigger stage or whatever. But I waited
Right.
my turn because I could have left after that COVID year or whatever. I could have left
Right.
or whatever. But I felt like it wasn't right, y'all. I said, let me get my stats back up more. I said, then I'm hit the portal, and that's what I did. So I waited my turn. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
don't want to say everybody just they do one season and it's all right. Nah, go get you a big season. Like go have a big season, and then you want to have the opportunity to go jump into a bigger school. Then you gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I just feel like it could hurt them by just jumping into it. They don't know what they're jumping into. Like
Right.
some guys
Well
just jump
said.
into the portal for no reason. They don't get picked up, and they had to go to a smaller school. Which is not saying you can't get picked up and go to the league from a smaller school, but I'm just saying like you know where you want to go at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make sure you
Absolutely.
got some type of contact with somebody to know that you want to go there.
I said that. Have contact at another school. Well
Yeah.
said. Well said. Okay. So outside of sports, because you're in between stops right now, how are you doing mentally? As an
Uh,
as an athlete in between stops, how are you doing mentally?
my my mental's good. Like I have my moments of like, man, I haven't played football in a year. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had pads on. I have my moments. I sit there and think about stuff like that. But I just know when it's time for me to get back on that field, I know it's gonna play all right because I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? So my
Right.
mental's just been clear though. I've been like when it first happened, my mental wasn't so clear. It's like, damn, what did I do? But like, what do I do now? You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
thinking back, I got all type of people in my ear just telling me here and this, that, that. I'm like, I had to get to a point where I had to focus on myself and like look straight ahead. Like, what's the next thing to do? What's my
Right.
goal? Like, what do I do here? My mental's been good now. Like, it's been clear. Like, I just know I got opportunities coming. You
Right.
know. So
Well,
yeah.
Right. Okay. So as far as right now, me and the fans want to know. We know that the end of football season is coming up. We know these pre-draft workouts and all that's coming up. What's in your next plans in the next couple of months as far as professional football is concerned?
Um, I was gonna say it today, but I'm trying to make sure
You
the
say you had a special
contracts.
announcement too. You told me that too.
Yeah. That's what I was. I'm just waiting for the contract to be clear about everything. So
Okay.
it's some good news coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's some
Okay.
real good news coming. I'm just trying to make sure the contract and everything is clear so I can get everything going. So, but you're gonna be the first person to know when that contract come out, though. So,
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate that. That's all I have for you for today. I don't want to keep you too long. I want to say this. This is my very first interview. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, especially me having a smaller channel. I appreciate you reaching back out to me. Anything you need for, there's a small channel, but if you need anything promoted or whatever, contact me. I will help you in any way that I can. And it's bigger than sports to me. If you just want, talk, you don't know me. But if you want to talk, I've been through it, or whatever, just call, man. It's not all about sports to me. All right.
for
So
sure,
you're
man.
you're successful to me whether you play in, NFL or not. Just know that's how I roll.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
appreciate you,
so I
man.
appreciate that, man. And when you get that news, get it to me, then I get it to the people, man. But I'm proud of you. You look like you're taking care of yourself. You was eating good last night. I saw on IG you had a nice little meal sitting in front of
Yeah,
you.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I
So is
did.
it
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to leave the people with, before we end this interview?
Man, I just want to thank all the fans, so that followed me and just kept following me, just kept pushing me and striving for greatness. You know what I'm saying? Just know I'm still on the right track, and I'm gonna keep going. I just want to just give a big shout out to everybody that's been, following me and helping me out, bro. Like, just know my mental's clear. I'm still headed in the right path, and I'm gonna let y'all know in about a couple of days what's going on. I just want to thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. And may God bless you. I say a prayer for you when we get off air. I hope everything works out, and just know you got fans cheering for you, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for real. Happy New Year's to you, man. For real,
Same to you. Happy New Year's to you and yours, man. And be safe out there, bro. Take care and good luck, man.
for sure. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bye bye.
It's been Hunt 919, Truth Sports. Ride with me.